Do not pull your zucchini plant too early. Late-season zucchini plants do not need to look pretty. They just need enough healthy growth left to keep paying rent. By late summer, a zucchini plant can look rough. Older leaves are yellowing. Powdery mildew may be spreading. The stem looks tired. Flowers are becoming less predictable. And underneath all of that, the plant may still be producing perfectly good zucchini. So before you pull it out and decide the season is finished, check a few things first. Because an ugly zucchini plant is not necessarily a dead zucchini plant. In this video, we are going through things you can do to keep zucchini producing later in the season, how to decide whether a tired plant is still worth keeping, and when it really is time to remove it. Protect the zucchini growing point. The first thing I check is the growing point. This matters more than whether the oldest leaves look terrible. A mature zucchini plant naturally becomes less attractive near the base. The oldest leaves may be yellow, leaf stems can be scarred. You may have already removed several leaves during the season. The lower stem can look like something that has survived a small war. That does not automatically mean the plant is finished. Look toward the active growing end. Are there fresh green leaves, new flowers, developing fruit? Is the growing tip still firm and healthy? If yes, the plant may still have plenty of production left. This is why late-season pruning needs to be careful. Remove the tired growth around the older parts of the plant, but avoid accidentally cutting into the healthy growing point. That growing tip is where your next flowers, leaves, and potentially your next zucchini are coming from. Think of the old part of the plant as its history. The growing point is its future. Do not accidentally prune the future because the history looks ugly. Which zucchini leaves should you remove late in the season? Late in the season, I become a little more selective with leaves. I remove leaves that are completely yellow, leaves that are badly damaged, leaves lying against wet soil, broken leaves, and leaves that are heavily affected by powdery mildew and no longer doing much useful work. But I do not automatically remove every leaf with a blemish. A leaf does not need to win a beauty competition to continue photosynthesizing. If most of the leaf is still green and healthy, it may still be helping the plant. This becomes especially important late in the season because the plant may already have fewer healthy leaves than it did earlier. Removing too many at once can reduce the plant's ability to produce energy. Keep healthy leaves near active flowers and growing fruit whenever possible. Those leaves are still feeding the plant. A bald zucchini is not well pruned. It is a stick having a bad week. The goal is to keep enough working foliage while removing leaves that have genuinely stopped contributing. Prune for a reason, not because you happen to be holding scissors. Check male and female zucchini flowers. Another late-season problem can be pollination. Zucchini plants produce separate male and female flowers. The female flowers are easy to identify because they have a tiny zucchini directly behind the flower. Male flowers grow on thinner stems without a baby fruit behind them. Earlier in the season, you may have large numbers of flowers opening at once. Later, flowering can become more irregular. You might have several female flowers open with very few male flowers, or plenty of male flowers and no females. You may also have fewer pollinators visiting the garden. If a tiny zucchini starts growing and then quickly turns yellow, shrivels, and falls from the plant, poor pollination is one possible reason. It does not necessarily mean the zucchini is diseased. If you have male and female flowers open at the same time, you can hand pollinate. Do it in the morning while the flowers are freshly open. Take a fresh male flower and remove the petals carefully. Then gently touch the pollen-covered center to the center of the female flower. You can also use a small soft brush to transfer pollen. Congratulations! You are now a bee with admin tasks. You do not need to hand pollinate every flower if natural pollinators are doing the job. But late in the season, it can be useful when flower numbers are lower and successful pollination becomes less reliable. Stop the plant starting fruit it cannot finish. This is one of the more useful late-season tricks. At some point, you have to stop thinking about how many fruits the plant can start and start thinking about how many it can actually finish. Imagine your plant already has 3 good zucchini developing. Then it produces several new female flowers. If you still have plenty of warm weather ahead, leave them. But if the season is clearly running out, those brand new fruits may never reach a useful size. The plant will still invest energy into them. That energy could have gone into the larger zucchini that already have a realistic chance of reaching harvest. Late in the season, I would rather finish 3 good zucchini than start 10 more and finish none of them properly. So when cooler weather is getting closer, consider removing very late flowers or tiny new fruits that are unlikely to mature. This is not something you need to do in the middle of summer. It is a late season decision. The plant does not need 12 new projects. It needs to finish the assignment. Harvest zucchini young and often. Do not leave oversized zucchini sitting on the plant late in the season. Actually, I would not recommend doing that at any point in the season unless you specifically want mature fruit for seeds or a recipe that needs a giant zucchini. Once zucchini mature, the plant has achieved what it biologically wants to achieve. It has produced fruit containing developing seeds. Leaving mature fruit attached can reduce the incentive for the plant to continue producing more. Regular harvesting encourages continued flowering and fruit production while conditions remain suitable. For many varieties, harvesting at around 15 to 20 centimeters gives you excellent texture and smaller seeds. Of course, ideal harvest size varies by variety. The important thing is not allowing every fruit to become enormous. Check underneath the foliage regularly. Late-season plants can be messy, and fruit can hide along older stems. You think there's nothing there. Then you move one leaf and discover something that could be registered as agricultural machinery. Pick young, pick regularly, and keep the plant focused on producing more instead of finishing seeds in one giant fruit. Late season zucchini checklist. Before removing your zucchini plant, check. Is the growing point healthy? Are there still green leaves? Is the main stem firm? Are flowers still forming? Are zucchini currently developing? Can you improve the plant by removing only the worst leaves? Is pollination still happening? Are there tiny fruits wasting energy that will never mature? Are you harvesting mature zucchini quickly? And is there enough warm weather remaining for the plant to finish its existing fruit? If most of those answers are positive, I would probably keep it. Late-season zucchini care is not about making an old plant look young again. It is about protecting whatever is still productive. Protect the growing point. Remove tired leaves with a purpose. Help with pollination when needed. Let the plant finish the fruits that matter. Harvest young and often. Feed carefully. Watch the main stem. And do not give up on a scruffy zucchini plant too early. Because sometimes, the ugliest zucchini plant is still making dinner. Follow Strong Echo for more practical growing tips and real garden experiments from our garden in the Netherlands. Start, observe, learn, and improve. You can grow it.